I am a firm believer that if you're living in America, you need to own a piece of it. Have you ever dreamed of owning your own business, and yet the thought of being an entrepreneur is just so scary for you? You don't know whether or not you'll be able to run it successfully, what type of business you're going to own, and even more importantly, where you're going to get the money to start it in the first place. But what if I were to tell you that you could become an entrepreneur for just $50? And what's even better is that for less than $35 a month, you could run your business. If this is something of interest to you, then sit right where you are. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Money Moves. I am your income shifting strategist, and today I'm going to be talking to you about why every American needs to own their own business. I know so many individuals that have dreams of being an entrepreneur, yet the fear of where they're going to get the startup costs just overtakes them, and they end up not moving on this impulse at all. Now, while the thought of being an entrepreneur may be scary at first, it's highly necessary. Although the idea of being an entrepreneur brings out the fear of the unknown for most individuals, I'm going to tell you why having a plan B is so crucial. If you have a job right now, that's great, and I hope that you love your job. But please understand, your current job is not a guaranteed source of security for you and your family. At any time, anything could happen. Now, I'm not trying to be pessimistic. In fact, I'm a very optimistic person, but I just have to keep it real with you. What would happen to your income if you lost your job? If you broke your leg and were unable to work, would you still be able to bring in money? If your job lays you off, would you still be able to bring in income for your family? These are some very valid questions because, again, I have been in this exact predicament of losing my job. When I was laid off last summer, I didn't have any money saved up in case of an emergency. And what's even worse is I didn't have a plan B source of income. But today, I'm going to tell you why you and your family need a plan B. And that B stands for business. When the thought of owning your own business comes to mind, the first thought for a lot of Americans is to own some sort of franchise. Now, while owning your own Subway or McDonald's are great investments, if you're not in the current position to put your hands on hundreds of thousands, and I know for McDonald's, for sure, at least $1 million to get started, there is another option which may be the best option for you and your family. Through working with the Let Us See Financial Group, my husband and I partnered with a company called MyEcon, which is a personal financial success company. And yes, it was only $50 to get started and put us on the track to being entrepreneurs. Now, what exactly do we do in our business? That's the most beautiful thing about it. Your business is you. The first thing that the Let Us See Financial Group got us to do was to program our minds for wealth. Because it doesn't matter how much water and sunlight you give a seed, if the soil is rotten, you're never going to get a tree. So having a dynamic foundation really is so important when it comes to taking control of your finances. After that, MyEcon helped us access money that we didn't even know we could put our fingers on. And this is without my husband having to ask his boss for a raise or us having to pick up an additional job. Now, before you go and get skeptical, this is one strategy that the IRS approves that every American should do to instantly put more money back into their paychecks. Once that step was checked off the list and we had our target set, the next step was to take that additional money and begin what I call income shifting. In a nutshell, income shifting is taking additional money that you already have access to, and instead of spending it, using that as an asset to create even more money for you. This includes things like investing and getting you and your family out of debt. As your investments begin to increase and you and your family begin to pay off all your debts, your cash flow grows. Now, this is where the magic really starts to happen, because this enables you to put yourself in a position where your money is now beginning to work for you. As a woman who was working 6 jobs at the same time at one point, I know all about working hard for my money. Now I'm in the position where I'm turning the tables and getting my money to work hard for me. Are you unhappy with the amount of taxes that you're currently paying? If so, being a business owner gives you numerous tax write-offs and benefits. That's right, Just being a business owner who only took $50 as their initial startup cost puts you in the exact same tax bracket of benefits as someone who owns a McDonald's. Pretty juicy, right? So why wouldn't you take that step and start your own business? In fact, this weekend I'm so excited that I'll be going to Orlando, Florida for a cash flow conference where I'll be learning some of the best strategies from the top producers in the companies on how to increase my cash flow for myself and my family. I can't wait to give you an update on that. And if you'd like more information on how you can get started with the journey to taking control of your finances, please send me an email at moneymovesforyou@gmail.com. You can also leave me a comment below or send me a private message with any of your questions. I would love to get you on a free live webinar so that you and your family can take advantage of all these spectacular benefits that this company has to offer. If you enjoyed today's video and would like the opportunity to be entered into our first giveaway, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to Money Moves YouTube channel, share or repost your favorite episode of Money Moves onto your Facebook or Instagram account, and as always, tag me, your income shifting strategist. One very lucky subscriber will be getting their very own autographed copy of Living in the Overflow by successful entrepreneur, Mr. Stroze Hill. That's all the time I have for today. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you on the next episode, and I can't wait to share some highlights from the Cash Flow Conference this weekend.